and Adrian Molina, co-director and writer of Coco. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. So, Adrian, Vogue says Coco might be the most important film of the year. Is that what you set out to do?
We always at Pixar we're storytellers, and we embark on these journeys. We don't necessarily know what's going to come out of them, but for us, it was just very important to create a story that was moving and touching and could affect many types of audiences.
Did you have Trump in mind when you when the germ of the idea came to you?
This film started 6 years ago, so the landscape of the world has changed a lot in that time. But it was always inspired by this deep love of Mexico, a passion for telling a story that was about memory, about family, and about the beauty of the celebration of Dia de Muertos. And I think for people to be able to see this celebration, see this family, it really creates a great representation of the things that I've experienced growing up. I know the kind of family life that Lalo and many of the people who worked on the film experienced.
And it certainly, it resonates across many ethnicities, right? Lots of families are just like this family portrayed in the movie, right? But Lalo, I want to ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
It is, when all is said and done, and I know that you didn't think about President Trump when the movie was conceived, but has it become a political statement?
I still don't think of President Trump. Oh, I can't believe I said that. For me, as growing up, I never got to see, characters in comics or film that look like me. So to me, creating characters with, rich lives and positive attitudes and, good family lives, that's a political statement to me. So I've always done that as an artist, and now this is the biggest thing that I've ever, had my name associated with, and
Are you surprised
I didn't
it's a
foresee
hit, though? They talk Spanish in the movie.
Yeah, they have big chunks of Spanish, untranslated. That's the way I make, my comics and my art, my writing, and I think, we're tired of seeing the same old tropes from Hollywood. This is why this movie's not only, was the #1 movie in Mexico of all time, but it's a smash hit here, and especially when we tested it with Latino audiences, it was like disbelief and shock, like you finally did it, and that's,
There are no drug dealers in this movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or stereotypes, right? Or cell phones, right? Ruben Navarrete, he writes for the Daily Beast. He says, he wishes we could take the politics out of this movie. And I know you guys never meant politics to be in it, but people are, that's what people think, right? But he wishes we could take the politics out of this movie. He writes this: "We owe this country everything, but we don't owe Trump a damn thing. The president has been squatting in the minds of American Latinos long enough. It's time he got evicted." Can you understand why he wrote that, Adrian?
People have very strong feelings about how they're represented, how they're spoken of. One of the things that was very important to our entire team in creating this film was to create a representation of our people that reflected the things that we feel about our culture and our families, and to show that in a positive light. I don't know that it's very often that the rest of the world gets to see a representation of Latino culture, of Mexican culture, that celebrates the things that we take pride in. And to create a film that does this, I think for a lot of people, creates a safe place to experience their own culture. And I think it creates a beautiful message for people who may be unfamiliar to see the things that we value and celebrate, and see that those have value, whether you're from Mexican culture or whether you're learning about it, maybe for the first time.
I would posture, Lalo, that, the Mexican culture is now ingrained in American culture, and
there's a reverse assimilation going on.
Right? It's not it's just like I don't know. I'm an Italian background, right? And I'm sure that when my grandparents came over, it was pretty much the same for them as it is for Mexican immigrants who
We
come
have
now.
many things in common,
Right.
especially plastic-covered couches
Exactly. And mothers who make us eat a lot of food,
and
right?
a little bit of violence.
Just
the
a
kids,
tiny
just
bit.
the kids.
Just a tiny bit. I
You
know.
don't listen.
Well, the movie's fantastic, and thanks to you both for coming in and talking about
Thank you.
it. And
Hollywood needs more Cocos.
Thank you.
yes, absolutely, I agree. Thank you so much. I'll be right back.